morning.
Good morning.
Glad to see so many of you here. Welcome to Veterans Day 2016. Following the service, we will be having lunch at the VFW, and everybody is welcome to join us over there. And we'll get on with the program. My name is Eric Johnson, and can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
My name is Eric Johnson. I'm the commander of the VFW. We have our VFW AMVET American Legion Honor Guard here today. Thank you for your service, and we'll get on with the program. If I could have VFW Chaplain Tom Kearns say the prayer, uncover, parade rest.
Good afternoon. Our Father, we ask Thee for your blessings upon those veterans who served our God and country so gallantly and so bravely when called. We ask that you watch over those hospitalized and ease their pain and suffering. We also ask that you fold within your loving arms those veterans that have given their lives and now reside in your heavenly home. And lastly, we ask, dear Father, that you shower your veterans with your love, understanding, and blessings, and guide them through their trials and tribulations. We humbly pray in His holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, now turn towards the flag and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
3, 2. Our guest speaker today is a Flint native, former United States Marine Corps veteran, Brad DeLauder. He was recommended to us and volunteered to come here for be our guest speaker. He had a very distinguished career in the Marine Corps, and I'll touch some of the highlights because many of us here from Swartz Creek do not know him. He's a former U.S. Marine Corps drill instructor, former amphibious recon instructor. He was a platoon commander during Operation Desert Storm. In 1993, he was selected in the Royal Marine Exchange Program. He retired from the Marine Corps in 2000 and went on to become a weapons instructor for the Federal Air Marshals. Those are the ones that fly in the planes with you. And he also served with the EDO Corporation as a tactics integration specialist assigned to the USMC Distributed Operations Program. So here's a guy that served his country all through the Marine Corps and got out and kept on serving his country. A big hand of applause for Brad DeLauder, please. Woo!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
If not, I'm going to have to get down there in the crowd and start walking around a little bit. We're good?
Yeah.
Pick that mic up.
Yeah, I'm going to. Pick it up. From the bottom of our hearts, Lauren and I, we are honored to be with you today. Thank you to our country's most precious asset, our veterans, both past and present, who simply put, without you, we would not be celebrating and recognizing this monumental celebration today. We are humbled to be able to share it with you. To all veterans, my brothers and sisters of this country's battles, and I got a special shout out to my favorite people in the world, Navy Corpsmen. If any of you are out there, thank you, docs. We don't leave home without you. To the devoted and determined family members who fight the fight here at home and allow us to do what we do. I do know that without your love, your unwavering support, and the ever important confirmation that all is well back home, that our difficult mission while away can become unbearable. to our current forward deployed servicemen and women, who today we celebrate, support, remember, and honor their bravery and determination on this wonderful day of solidarity and comradeship, and who at this very moment, right now, are taking a fight to our nation's foe's doorstep with the tenacity and determination our enemies did not think possible. But over the last 16 years, they have certainly found out otherwise. To them I say, job well done, and continue to fight the good fight. To our wonderful warriors, our disabled veterans, our wounded warriors, who truly do show us every day the true meaning of never give up. To our most honored veterans, our POW, MIA, and the most revered kindred souls who in the defense of this great nation have given us the ultimate sacrifice. To you, your families, your friends, I say, I pledge, I promise, we will never forget. Distinguished guests, organizations attending today's event, whose continued support, efforts, and wisdom help to assist in keeping our military strong. A special shout out to VFW Post 3720, Commander Eric Johnson, post officers, members, and individuals or groups responsible for sponsoring and organizing this wonderful event. Well done, Commander. To all, thank you, welcome, and a very happy Veterans Day, a day of reflection, recognition, and rejoicing. I woke up this morning and I looked over to Lauren, I don't know where she is right now, and I had a smile on my face. There she is out here. My mother, my beautiful mom. I had a smile on my face, and it was quite early in the morning. I kind of tapped her and I said, "Hey, you awake?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, you are now. I got something to tell you. Yesterday was a tough day for me. You Marines out there, Semper Fi, happy birthday."
Semper Fi.
I lost a dear friend in May, First Sergeant James Turner. I had a tough day yesterday. First time in 42 years, I wasn't able to celebrate the Marine Corps birthday with him. And I wasn't sure about my comments today. But in some strange way, believe what you gotta believe, I woke up with a smile because Jimmy sent me a message over the night, and I knew exactly what to say. So with your indulgence, I'd like to just share a quick story about my friend James Turner, First Sergeant, USMC, retired. We graduated from a formal school probably 30 years ago. And what James represents is everything that everybody in this room, I believe, represents. Leadership, strong mind, strong body, and the ability to serve his country. We graduated from the school and Jimmy asked me to come home to Anderson, South Carolina, with the draw that only he had. We went to his home. We enjoyed about 10 days of leave. We had worked hard through the school. We went right to his old home with his mom. And next door lived a young man named David Knox. David was about 10 years younger than Jimmy. And Jimmy had been kind of a mentor to him through his young life. We got up, we PT'd every morning, and David would run out the door and go, "Can I come with you? Can I come with you? I want to go with you guys." Jimmy saying, no, you can't come with us, you're too young. You're too young. We got there and David walked up to Jim and he said, Jimmy. And David was a little, not quite like the other kids, a little bit slower, a little bit bigger, didn't get along with folks, didn't have the personality for it. And Jimmy always inspired him to do what you got to do. Get out there and get after it. And David walked up and told him, he said, Jimmy, I've been trying to do these things. I've been trying to get along with friends. I've been trying to play sports. And I just can't do it. I tried to play football, I tried to do this, but I gotta tell you, the one thing I can't do, I can't run. I can't run with my friends, I can't sprint with them, I can't run distance with them. Every time I try to do it, I get tired. Can you help me? Jimmy said, look, young man, there's nothing to running. Running's here and here. And I'll never forget that. Next day, the sheriff came by the house and said, Jim, we've had some bears back on the back farms that are bothering us. Jimmy was a sniper. There he is right there. His nickname was One Shot. That means he never needed to take more than one. And the sheriff knew where to go. He said, Jimmy, could you walk out and take care of this thing for us? He said, absolutely. I went with him. We went about 3.5 miles away from the house. David walked out the door and he said, Jimmy, I got to come with you. You got to let me do this. He said, okay, here's a set of binos. You can come with us. We went out to the area where the bear was. We climbed a couple of trees, and Jimmy said, David, you stay down there with them binos, and if you see this damn bear, I want you to yell up to me and Brad and let us know you're coming. He's coming. We've been there about 2.5 hours, and all of a sudden we had a spot, and Jimmy looked down and said, hey, and we got him. This bear's coming out of gallop about 400 yards away. Little David Knox at 12 years old dropped the binos and said, Jimmy, what do you want me to do? He goes, you know what to do. He goes, no, I don't know what to do. Jimmy looked down and said, run.
Did he run?
Run. I turned around and smiled at Jimmy. Jimmy goes, I said, I got him. I got the binos. I turned around and all I saw was Forrest Gump. All I saw was Forrest Gump. Elbows and knees, heading down the trail, hang the left on the dirt road, and 3.5 miles, he was heading home. That was my friend Jimmy Turner, using leadership, determination, always knowing how to teach young people how to become better people. And by the way, young David Knox grew up to be a varsity leader in soccer for 2 sports, and also played some baseball. And at Jimmy's funeral last year, came up and we laughed for hours over that exact story. So, Semper Fi, my friend, and happy Veterans Day. I'll keep this here. I'm in a fighting uniform today, as I have been each year on November 11th for the past 16 years. This is the last uniform I had on when having the honor to fight bad guys, next to my brothers in defense of this nation. It is the fight that I will embrace on this day, November 11th, 2016, and it is the airmen, the sailors, the soldiers, and Marines whose unbreakable fighting spirit, determination, and will who have won the day and owned the night in defense of this nation throughout our glorious battle history that I will celebrate today. Veterans Day is a national celebration of our bravest and best that this nation has to offer, past and present. We'll be recognized by presidential levels of government, newly elected presidents, cities, towns, parades, military installation ceremonies, unit reunions, family get-togethers across this country, just to name a few. Wonderful events all. True American respect, patriotism, and thanks displayed by the masses, and this recognition and appreciation shown by a grateful nation to its warriors, well, my words alone would fail to describe the pride and love for the United States of America and the honor I, we, and us feel way down deep inside for the privilege of service to our nation. But in my 42 years of celebrating these American warriors, you, I have also learned that it is so important for each and every one of us to take the time that we need to reflect, recognize, celebrate, and honor the meaning of your Veterans Day, because it is yours. Each one of us, as I have learned and been taught, we all have one. We are honored in national celebration, the grateful masses, the honoring activities, and stepping aside, if you will, for personal reflection. From your heart, your soul, your memories and experiences, with your unit, your brothers, your sisters, your wins, your losses, your fight on your time. We veterans have earned that right. And it is a time that I give to myself each Veterans Day celebration that I, for one, have found reassuring peace, my deepest reflections, renewed camaraderie, and yes, both fond and difficult remembrance. So with your kind indulgence, before ending my time with you this morning, I would like to take a few minutes to share a piece of my personal reflections today on my Veterans Day, as it started with a smile on my face at 05:17 this morning, courtesy of First Sergeant James Jimmy Turner. Following Jimmy's comm shot to me overnight, telling me to quit my whining, boy, it's all good, I went into other thoughts on my Veterans Day. My Veterans Day today takes me to those magnificent bastards on my left, front, right, and rear, who take the fight to our enemy's backyard from air, land, and sea. My Veterans Day today takes me back to those special cats who, no matter if told by their country to serve, or who asked their country for the privilege to serve, they all ran to the sounds of the guns. They all ran to the sounds of chaos. They all ran to the potential horrors of the fight. As you, us, we, and millions of others in our great history of battle have run to the fight. My Veterans Day reflects back to those small numbers of brave souls from cities across this nation, both large and small, all nationalities, brothers and sisters, who ran to the fight knowing full well that the ultimate sacrifice of this country could and many times would succumb them. And yet they ran. And yet they ran. It is my Veterans Day today that I reaffirm each and every year, or every day, to all that will hear, that this country sometimes needs to be reminded that is, in fact, a very small, special group of people and their fight by your side families, that when compared to this nation's population that has and will continue to fully accept the life and death consequences of service to our nation and ensure that the wolf stays away from the door for another 240 years. as I close my Veterans Day today, it is with immense pride that I will now reaffirm once again the following creed, which was affirmed to me many years ago. A creed I rest assured that many of you and millions of others like you who have chewed some of the same dirt have reaffirmed to yourself and others many times over again. It is you, not the reporter, who gives us the freedom of press. It is you, not the poet, the writer, the educator, or the politician, that has given us the freedom of speech. It is you, not the community organizer, who gives us the freedom to demonstrate. And by the grace of God, it is the most powerful military on earth, who salutes the flag, who serves beneath her, and whose coffin is draped by that flag, who defends the protesters' right to burn that flag. Lauren and I once again thank you for the honor of being with you today. We are two ordinary people living an ordinary life who, on a day of such personal reflection and uncommon valor, you have made us feel extraordinarily unordinary. If the trumpet may ever sound again, and if the call is ever made to take arms to defend this great nation and its way of life, I would be honored to stand side by side with any of you in the fight and walk into the mouth of the dragon once again. Anywhere, anytime, anyone. God bless you. God bless your magnificent families. God bless all generations of the American warrior. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Semper Fidelis. We hope you'll join us at the VFW luncheon. Have a great day.
All right, if I could direct your attention to the west side of the memorial there. We'll have the various veteran organizations presenting the wreath. Gentlemen, hand salute. Ready? 2. Captain of the Guard. And salute. Ready? 2.